Thank you for signing up for our Cooking Matters for Kids Summer Series courses. We're going to bring those kids some fun, knowledge, and new skills, and we could not make that happen without you. So thank you again for choosing to volunteer or intern with us. During the school year, kids have access to free and reduced school breakfast and school lunch. We are partnering this summer with summer feeding sites, which supply kids with food when school is not in session. Our goal is to work with these programs to empower healthy, happy kids who cook. The summer courses run on a much tighter timeline and requires combining weeks and other adjustments for a smooth but speedy course. The main difference is the duration, only 3 days. Additionally, summer programming focuses only on rising third graders. That way, each summer when we return, we are not at risk for students repeating the course. You'll still be working as part of the team for this course and will have the opportunity to get to know some wonderful members of your community. A course facilitator will lead your team, ensuring that volunteer instructors are recruited and trained. In addition to making sure materials and food that the class needs are prepared each week, the facilitator will act as a sort of MC for the class, introducing and wrapping up each lesson and creating class cohesion. The nutrition and culinary instructors will lead each class using the facilitated dialogue guide found inside your instructor guidebook, helping participants learn about new topics and also share their own strengths with each other. Classroom assistants help keep everything running smoothly and on time, providing extra assistance for activities and engaging participants. Here are the main changes that we have made. Day 1 will consist of content from Lesson 1. Day 2 will consist of content from Lessons 2 and 4. Day 3 will consist of content from Lesson 3. Lesson 5 will be sprinkled throughout the 3 days. Lesson 6 will be broken up into 2 components. Graduation will occur on Day 3, and Jeopardy will be an online version, which is accessible from home. Here's why we've made these changes. Host sites that provide summer meals and enrichment program may only have the same kids for 1 week at a time because parents only sign up for the weeks that they need. Conducting a 6-week course results in poor attendance and graduation rates that are low, as well as gaps in the content received, resulting in a reduced likelihood of sustained behavior change. Let's go into more detail. On the left side of this table, you will see the 6-week course titles and the content covered. You will see that we have combined lessons on the right, adding content from the pop-up tours in green. The first lesson also includes a pre-course survey, which can take some time to complete. By Day 3, they will be experts and fly through the post-course survey. An online Jeopardy game will be available for students to play over and over at camp, home, or the public library. We are going to quickly go over the instructor guide in case we have any first-time volunteers helping us out. If you are a first-time volunteer, please be sure to attend a Train the Trainer session. Train the Trainer is our volunteer orientation, which qualifies you to volunteer for any of our classes and assume any position, including nutrition instructor, culinary instructor, and classroom assistant. Your instructor guide is divided into 2 sections. The first section has each week's lesson plan. The second is an activity bank for you to pull from when working with the kids. You can find previews of the lesson handouts here. And the last section contains all the recipes for the course, as well as an index for easy reference. When you open up to the lesson, you will see the materials and handouts that will be available for class. These tip boxes are found throughout the lessons to help you adapt the lesson to your specific group of kids. Tips marked with hot air balloons offer additional or alternative activity ideas for different abilities and levels of interest. If you need to address allergy concerns or are facing kitchen limitations, The suggested recipes list will help you easily choose recipes that meet your needs and support the nutrition lesson. Next, we will review the Cooking Matters teaching techniques. Cooking Matters follows the learner-centered educational model. Learner-centered courses recognize that learners are experts in their own lives, involve sharing and comparing of experiences from members of the group, create a safe environment for the learner to consider changing behaviors. There are 3 specific techniques that course coordinators and volunteer instructors can use to make sure that programming is learner-centered. 1. Make sure that they are hands-on, and 2. Taught by a volunteer team who, 3. Uses facilitated dialogue methods. Summer classes seem to fly by so quickly, and with only 3 days, it was important for the Interfaith Food Shuttle nutrition team to pre-select the main talking points, activity for class, recipe, and which content to present for the grocery store tour portion from each lesson. We did this because interns and staff need to pull food, make copies, secure equipment, and gather course supplies. With only 3 days, they will need to gather everything at once, so pre-selection is necessary for them to do their job. We thoughtfully selected components that are best received by the kids, work with a tight schedule, and still maintain the integrity of the Cooking Matters program. Next, I'll introduce the main talking points, activities, recipe, pop-up tour component, and challenges for each day of the Cooking Matters summer series. Here are the main talking points for day 1. During the nutrition lesson, kids will learn how to identify the 5 food groups that make up my plate and identify components of each food group. During the culinary lesson, kids will learn about proper hand washing, knife safety including bear claw technique, mise en place, and other cooking terms. We will encourage kids to share what they have learned with their family. The activities for day 1 are the My Plate template, which is a coloring sheet, and kids can map out their dinner from the previous night within the My Plate template. We will also play food riddles during the eating together portion of class. During this time, kids will name the food item and the food group that the food is in based on the riddle that you tell them. The recipe for day 1 is turkey tacos, which will give kids great hands-on experience using that pinch and bear claw. The pop-up tour component for day 1 includes the grocery store layout, seasonality of fruits and vegetables, protein options, including meats and non-meat items, and reading labels. The challenges for day 1, which kids will take home with them, are making the recipe at home, eat from every food group at least one day that week, or ensure what you learned in class with your family. Parents will be looking for these challenges, which kids will bring home to them, so that they can work together to practice what they have learned in class. Next, we will talk about day 2 of the summer series courses. The main talking points for day 2 are helping kids recognize the importance of trying new fruits and vegetables. We want to instill the idea of eating variety by talking about the colors of the rainbow. We will also discuss with the kids the parts of the plant, the importance of rinsing produce, identifying drinks that are low in sugar, and smart snacking. Here are the activities for day 2. The first one is the Name That Fruit or Vegetable activity, which is a taste test. Kids will sample an unusual fruit or vegetable. We will ask them to describe the experience using their senses. How did it taste? What was the texture like? We will show them the whole version of that food item that they sampled. We will again ask them to describe the whole version. We will ask them to guess what produce item they tried. The second activity that we will be playing is the Sugary Beverages activity. This is a matching game. So they will match the beverage to the amount of sugar displayed. We will show them the actual amounts, and we will discuss surprising beverages and strategize how we can drink beverages with less sugar. Here are the recipes for day 2. We will be making Chinese vegetables and rice and fruit smoothies. Both of these recipes are huge hits with the kids and also allow us to display a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. The pop-up tour component for day 2 include low-fat dairy, the fizzy drink comparison pictured in the lower right-hand corner, no salt added, and again reading food labels. The challenges for day 2 are make a recipe from class using at least 3 different colored fruits and vegetables, eat at least 3 different colored fruits and vegetables one day this week, and check the labels for 2 of your favorite drinks. Lastly, we will talk about the lesson for day 3, which is our graduation lesson. The main talking points during day 3 are choosing whole grains as often as you can, checking the ingredient list to make sure that you are actually eating a whole grain, powering up each morning with a healthy breakfast, and celebrating your success through a graduation ceremony. The activity that we will do on day 3 is the whole wheat bread versus white bread activity. This is a visual simulation of the digestive system that uses orange juice to compare how whole wheat bread is digested in your stomach versus white bread. We will discuss why white bread disintegrates faster than whole wheat bread and the implications of this on our bodies. The recipe that we've chosen for day 3 are mini pizzas or stovetop mac and cheese, depending on the resources available to us. We will also make trail mix and fizzy drink. The pop-up tour component for day 3 focuses on cereals, breads, pasta. It introduces the whole grain model and the 3 components of the grain, including the bran, endosperm, and germ. And it also includes reading food labels. The challenges that the kids can select from for day 3 are try 1 breakfast recipe from their book, practice identifying whole grains, or set a goal for yourself. You'll also see the link to the Jeopardy game in the image below. Again, the Jeopardy review game will be an online game that students can play after graduation. Here are your next steps. Watch the lesson-by-lesson videos to dive deeper into the curriculum. Explore the volunteer resources on the blog to learn more about classroom activities and culinary tips. A week before class, review your instructor guide and ask your coordinator any questions you might have. Review the Cooking Matters at the Store training on the volunteer blog. Thank you for attending the webinar. If you have any questions, please contact me, Kristen, at cm.outreach@foodshuttle.org.